Fox Sports Tennessee, the home of your Memphis Grizzlies.
Grizzlies NBA basketball is brought to you by FedEx. For the ultimate in reliable shipping, relax. It's FedEx. By First Tennessee, official financial services provider to your Memphis Grizzlies. By International Paper, proud to call Memphis home. By Pepsi, the official soft drink of the Memphis Grizzlies. And by AutoZone. Get in the zone. AutoZone. Welcome back to FedEx Forum. Moments ago, Pau Gasol was reintroduced to the crowd here in Memphis. A warm reception for Gasol, and also took a moment to address the crowd here prior to the introductions. Toyota starting lineups: Luke Walton, Andrew Bynum coming back after that severe knee injury a year ago, and Pau Gasol, second leading scorer and the leading rebounder for the Lakers. Kobe Bryant and Derek Fisher, the backcourt for the Hall of Famer Phil Jackson. 997 overall career wins, one of the winningest coaches in the history of the NBA. For the Grizzlies, the five they will send out: Rudy Gay, Marc Gasol, and Darko Milicic across the front line, and O.J. Mayo and Kyle Lowry, the starting backcourt for the Memphis Grizzlies, coached by Mark Iavaroni. Good to see you too, Pau. Pau Gasol coming over and shaking our hands. We appreciate that. Grizzlies come in at 9-17, 7-7 on the home floor. The three officials as assigned by the NBA. Sean Corbin in his 16th season, a playoff veteran. So is Benny Adams, 4 playoff games, and David Guthrie in his 4th NBA season. So Marc Gasol goes back to the starting lineup. He has been in and out. Darrell Arthur's been in and out of the starting lineup. But the Grizzlies going with a couple of 7-footers with both Darko, who's played very well on this homestand, and Marc Gasol, who has been coming off the bench as of late.
Well, I think you go back, Pete, to the first quarter being that important. And you like the fact there's going to be a lot of electricity, energy, et cetera, in the building. But that doesn't make basketballs go in the bucket, and that was the big problem against Charlotte. Get some rebounds, but you know, get the pace up and down. Watch Kobe. This is a team the Grizzlies played pretty well against. So, you know, despite the fact that they may be the best in the West right now, it still is this team's coming off of 2 losses. Take a shot at them.
Yeah, they're 21-5, 7-4 on the road, losing 106-103 Saturday in Orlando. They blew a 9-point halftime lead in that one. And, you know, played well in spurts, but not on a consistent basis. And it's the consistency of effort that really has been an issue for both teams. And it's an issue really for every team in the NBA. Off the jump ball, knocked out of bounds by the Lakers, and the Grizzlies have it first.
I'd take the Lakers' consistency over most others.
It's a matter of degree, I guess, in some sense, trying to get back to the NBA Finals. O.J. Mayo gets by Kobe Bryant. The dump down to Rudy, knocked out of bounds by the Lakers.
Yeah, Kobe's going to reach, grab, push, kick, you know, because he can get away with it all, and he knows that that's maybe the best chance at stopping O.J. But O.J. needs to make Kobe work on the defensive end, so offensive end is that much tougher. Marc Gasol, challenged by his brother, missed a shot, and Darko dives in for a dunk. Well, Darko's been playing well and didn't play well against Charlotte, and maybe that's where the Grizzlies fell off a little bit, was in the post. Emeka Okafor just had a career night.
All 3 frontline starters for Charlotte had 20-point evenings, and Andrew Bynum gets off to a good start. Lakers are the best scoring team in the league at 107.3 a game. They're very effective in the paint and very effective on the fast break, and an offensive foul called on Darko Milicic.
I thought Darko did a nice job of keeping the ball above his head. He turned early, but here's where Darko really did a nice job. Mark keeps it alive, but watch Darko finish right to the basket. He knew he had size against Walton. Darko's got to be careful now. He's got 1 foul, and unfortunately that was a cheapie.
Darko averaging almost 11 per game on this homestand, had back-to-back 13-point games in wins over Chicago and Miami. Gasol over Darko. Pau Gasol puts it in, and boos for Pau Gasol.
Well, you can boo him when the game starts. I'm okay by that. I gave him a pretty good cheer when he got announced, which I thought was nice. But now he's the enemy.
And Darko loses it out of bounds, so a slow start the last couple of possessions. Darko with consecutive turnovers. Grizzlies 5-4 in the month of December. Bynum travels. Good defense by Marc Gasol.
Great defense. You see how Mark kept his entire body in front of Bynum. And you don't realize how big Bynum is because you haven't seen him play in a while. He's got 2 inches on Mark, and Mark's 7 foot. So you've got a guy that still is very young, coming off of an injury that really has a lot more upside than even now. And he's playing well.
Powell and Mark facing off, 10 to shoot. Mark takes him baseline out of the double team, finds Rudy for the dunk.
That's great, though, isn't
Yeah.
it? I mean, how about, is it Dr. and Mr. Gasol? Is that
Yes.
how you refer to him? Don't you know they're just having a blast? I saw them play in the preseason game that time in Barcelona, which was the last time. It's kind of mop up late. But this is the first real game, as Powell said. That's good stuff.
And Powell scores on that trip down, and a foul. They're going to call this.
Well, everybody comes and gets Mark, and Mark passes it to Rudy. Rudy gets off the floor, gets a nice bucket, and Powell will do that just about all night long. If you let him get to the front of the rim, the way to guard Powell is get him away from the basket.
Powell averaging 17.5 a game.
Good matchup right here for the Grizzlies.
Rudy against Luke Walton. Fisher came to double. Kyle for 3. Long rebound, tracked down by Bynum.
And they're going to go back to Walton guarding Rudy, because I think Rudy just that time got his feet messed up. But that's a good matchup.
Kobe able to turn the corner. Powell spots up, left it short. Rebound tapped and captured by Rudy Gay. Grizzlies attire the lead with a long one. Early first quarter action from FedEx Forum. OJ.
Not a good sign. That's what happened the other night.
Went 2 for 10.
He got a little discouraged, though. Tonight, I don't care if he goes 0 for 80. He's got to keep shooting.
And the Lakers continue to feed Pau Gasol, but a miss there. Lakers will be without Jordan Farmar to back up Derek Fisher. Farmar tore his meniscus, and they'll have to decide whether or not surgery will be involved, but he'll be out for a while. OJ with a floater. That dance is long. Darko keeps it alive. Marc Gasol runs it down. Fresh shot clock for Memphis. OJ for 3. It's through.
So that's what I was talking about, Pete. Shoot until you make it, and then keep shooting from then on. And it's my whole theory. Shoot to get hot, shoot to stay hot.
Lob over the top for Powell. Darko meets him at the summit and blocks.
Well, the Grizzlies are going to have problems if they think they're going to front Pau Gasol, because he's longer than everybody and he's more athletic than everybody, and he's an easy target to pass to. It's a great recovery, though, by Darko to get the block. Really nice.
Averaging 2.5 blocks on the homestand. Bryant against O.J. Mayo, backing him down. Little up and under. That dance is out. Tapped by Darko. And the Grizzlies have it with a 1-point lead. Grizzlies with an early 5-2 rebounding edge against the Lakers. And the Lakers, the best rebounding team in the league. Rudy fades and fills it up.
Well, the only good thing to come out of the Bobcat game was that Rudy just kept his shooting going. That's a heat check there, Pete. Just guys on him, jumps up and knocks it in.
Gasol with the reverse. Lakers second in the league in scoring in the paint at 46 a game. Lowry to a trailing Milicic for the dunk. This is fun basketball.
Well, that was good speed by Kyle Lowry. Again, we keep, hate referring back to the last game, but there was none of that. Everybody stood and watched guys go one-on-one. That time, Kyle did a great job, did an interchange with O.J. O.J. gave it back to him. Kyle took it to the basket. Might be the dish of the game. A little early for it, but you won't see many better passes than that.
Kobe. Marc Gasol slaps it away. Stolen by O.J. 3-on-1. Left to Lowry. In the middle. Mayo. Finger roll. No. Offensive rebound. Rudy in traffic. Double clutches. Still won't fall. And out of bounds. Last touch by Rudy. And the Lakers get it back.
Well, the Grizzlies have done a nice job of passing the ball around, but so have Lakers. That's a nice backdoor. Powell with a nice finish. And then there you see Cal with a little underhand. Good finish by Darko, going right to the front of the rim. That's why Darko's very important to keep him in this game.
Grizzlies already with 3 assists. Walton racks up 1, feeding Bynum. Bynum has struggled on this road trip. 3.5 points, 3.5 rebounds. And there is some concern among the folks in Lakerland that he has not regained his work ethic that had him on the cusp of a breakout last year before injuring his knee against the Grizzlies in L.A. Rudy!
Well, the last fast break was a big mistake, Pete. And let me tell you, if you got a choice between hitting Kyle Lowry in the open court or Rudy Gay in the open court, OJ's got to give that ball to Rudy and let him finish. Rudy comes back and knocks down a big shot, though.
Isolation play. Kobe.
Good help by Darko. Real good help.
One-on-one. Rudy comes down. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Fisher with a prayer puts it in. Derek Fisher off a season-high 27 Saturday against Orlando. Rudy for three. Bingo!
That's a great job by Kyle Lowry. Let me tell you what, he was the only guy on the court running at that pace. Rudy accidentally ended up in the right spot. That was all Kyle Lowry for his second assist.
Rudy with 9 on 4 of 5 shooting. He made 7 of 10 Friday against Charlotte, and Walton moving to the rim. Good ball movement, good player movement by the Lakers. 6 assists on 7 field goals.
Good up and down, both teams. Let me tell you, this is better this short amount of time in 7 minutes than the Grizzlies played the entire game against Charlotte.
No question. They get it to Rudy. Works inside against Powell off the high glass. Mark the offensive rebound. Can't get the follow to fall.
Way off. How did he hit the last one falling out of bounds? That time wide open, misses it. There's a good pass.
Yeah,
great
Walton
job by
holding
Kyle.
Marc Gasol. Kyle Lowry's come out very sharp tonight with 2 assists. 2 of the Grizzlies' 4 assists in the early going. Rudy Gay has scored 7 of the last 9 for Memphis. The Grizzlies with a 2-point lead. 9 for Rudy here in the first. Pau Gasol in the middle of the Lakers huddle. 6 points and a rebound in the early going. His team down 2, and during the timeout, a video tribute on the main scoreboard here at FedEx Forum. Take a look at some of the images of Pau Gasol as a Memphis Grizzly. Still holds 12 franchise records. The team's first ever All-Star, Rookie of the Year. First year here in Memphis.
Boy, remember when he came in, Pete? First of all, he didn't have all the hair, and he weighed about 112, dripping wet. Didn't speak English at all. And by the time he left just really a big-time player, all-star, and a guy that led the Grizzlies into really nice couple seasons, especially when you talk about the playoff years.
Grizzlies going to the playoffs 3 times during Pau's tenure here, and Lowry with tough luck off the glass.
That's tough luck. He needed that one because he passed the ball so well. You need to reward yourself sometimes with a bucket.
Bryant against O.J. Mayo, backs him down. Good defense. Darko there to help. Now it's to wrestle it away from trouble. Lamar Odom has come on for the first time tonight, replacing Andrew Bynum. O.J. rises over Fisher and puts it in.
Well, O.J. hit that long one from the corner earlier after missing a couple. Well, that may get him started. Good pull-up that time.
Bryant fades and hits.
You know, I don't know why he messes around with all the reverse dribbles and this and that. He catches the ball, turns around, and shoots it. You cannot stop it because he creates so much space by being so long and strong.
Bryant, 4th leading scorer in the league, just under 26 a game. Rudy out of the double team. Darko dumped down. Marc Gasol, and Marc has missed a lot of looks in close. He's 0 for 3. Not sure if that's nervousness or not. Lamar Odom on a drive draws the contact from Darko Milicic, and that's a big problem because now Darko has committed his 2nd foul.
Well, that is a shame. And that was a drive by a left-hander, Pete, from 50 feet. You've got, first of all, the guy guarding the left-hander's got to force him right. Second, you got to realize you got a lefty coming down the left side of the court. He's not going to stop. Nobody from the Grizzlies stepped up and stopped the basketball. Unfortunately, Darko, who may be playing the best basketball right now for the Grizzlies, is going to have to come out.
Hakeem Warwick checks in for the first time tonight. Odom on the season averaging 8.5 a game. As you look at Warwick, he has had a very good December, 12.5 points and 55% shooting. But then again, Darko's had a pretty good December as well. And to your point, Sean, and the keys to the game, it remains to be seen who will win the first quarter, but certainly the Lakers have been put on notice that this isn't going to be a walkover for them. Offensive rebound, Luke Walton. Three and a half remaining. First quarter. Walton gets the step against Rudy. Gets his own miss. Lamar Odom can present a number of matchup problems at 6'10". Handles the ball exceptionally well. And Rudy Gay called for a foul against Luke Walton. First foul on Rudy.
Well, the Grizzlies, Peter, given too many opportunities. You forget this possession started on a missed free throw. And then it was continued on an offensive rebound.
14 on the shot clock. Bryant gets the step against OJ, and a three-point opportunity for Kobe Bryant. And now OJ Mayo has committed his first foul.
Well, that's what we worried about. We talked in the pregame feed, not necessarily how OJ was going to play against Kobe offensively. It was, will Kobe put OJ in foul trouble? Because Kobe's going to put pressure on you the entire time on offense, and OJ's done very, very well so far. You see coach taking him out, you go, okay, why now? Well, with 3 minutes to go, you can buy yourself a lot of time. What you don't want to do is get OJ a second foul. Odds are when OJ comes back in, Kobe will be out, and he won't be as pressed for a defensive foul then.
Yeah, he'll be guarding perhaps Sasha Vujacic. Lakers have scored 6 straight to take the lead at 20-18. Kyle, baseline, yes, and he's fouled. Strong move by Kyle Lowry. I love what Rudy Gay says about him. You just put a football helmet on him and he's good to go.
Well, I saw a college highlight of Kyle the other day, and he was the same thing. I mean, this isn't like something he developed when he came. This is what the Grizzlies drafted, and this is what they wanted. You're exactly right. He's done a very good job, Pete, I think, of controlling the pace of the game and a little bit of the toughness of the game. He's taken the ball into the paint a couple times, made some nice passes. Now he's got to finish. Earlier he had a great shot. It just bounced out. So the Grizzlies playing well early, and I think it's a lot of it Darko on defense and a lot of Kyle on offense.
Three-point play gives the Grizzlies the lead back at 21-20. Trevor Ariza picked up that last foul, checking in for Luke Walton. Bryant against Quentin Ross. And Kobe looks to have things dialed in after missing his first couple of shots. Hit 14 of 31 Saturday against Orlando. He had 41, Fisher had 27. The rest of the starters had 16 points. Pau Gasol had only 11 in that ball game. Marc Gasol puts it on the deck, swings the hook, and they're going to take it away on an offensive foul on Marc Gasol. His first personal foul, Grizzlies' third turnover. Bryant, after a slow start, deferring to his teammates, started to call his own number. It's paid dividends. He has 7, and the Lakers lead. Kobe was 7 of the last 8 Laker points. Lakers with a 22-21 lead. Let's welcome in the third member of our broadcast crew, Rob Fisher. We'll get back to Rob a little bit later. 22-21, the Lakers with the lead, shooting 59% from the floor, and that's been a problem with the way that Charlotte shot, almost 65% from the floor. And we invite you to enjoy a post-holiday helping of basketball with the Grizzlies Holiday 2-Pack. During tonight's game only, take advantage of incredible holiday savings to watch the Grizzlies host the Indiana Pacers and Phoenix Suns on December 26th and on the 30th. Call tonight during the game and get a terrace-level seat to both games for just $20, or a First Tennessee Club-level seat to both for just $50. That's a savings of almost $150 off the regular price. To get your tickets, call 888-HOOP, and you can do that right now. So grab the phone while you're watching the game. Operators are standing by for the Holiday 2-Pack.
You know, no point guard. We talked earlier what's going to happen when Fisher goes out. Well, you got a lineup that averages some real tall guys.
Lamar Odom, 10 to shoot. Ariza Bynum back in the ball game, bangs bodies with Marc Gasol, and they'll take it away on an offensive foul. A late call, but a correct call by Benny Adams, and now Bynum has foul problems. He has two.
Well, you're wondering what he was waiting on. I mean, Marc got absolutely just clocked in his chin and no call, and then the call was made after the follow-up. There's problems with referees. You make the call, you don't make the call. You don't think, oh, well, all of a sudden it is a call. Because on the other end, Marc got called for just a very small, moving of the opposite arm, which he did. So I'm glad he got the call back to him, though.
Mike Conley on the floor for the first time tonight for the Grizzlies. Sasha Vujacic making his first appearance for the Lakers. And Pau Gasol returns to face Marc Gasol. Marc faces him up with 7 to shoot. Ross off the drive, finds Warwick, and Warwick is fouled, hacked to the free throw line, and the Grizzlies doing a good job on that possession of moving players and the ball as well. And the foul on Pau Gasol is his first.
Well, good drive by Quentin Ross. Lost in the old O.J. didn't play well and Marc didn't play well was Quentin Ross didn't play well either. And he's one of those, you don't miss him until you missed him. And that's what happened last game. We just didn't have him. And normally he comes in, knocks in a 3 from the corner immediately, makes some good stops. The problem that the Grizzlies face tonight, Pete, is you're going to play against a bench that scores. They're going to get playing time, the Lakers, obviously. When you throw guys like Odom and Ariza and Vujacic, you put them on the bench, you've got potential, double-digit scores. Well, the Grizzlies are not good unless they have a good bench. Well, again, the bench is not good unless Hakeem plays good. So good start tonight by Hack, knocks down 2 free throws.
First points by the Grizzlies reserves tonight. Odom has the only reserve point for the Lakers. Ariza, former New York Knick and Orlando Magic. Vujacic has not been shooting it well as of late, but when he gets hot, he can be a terror. Kobe wide left, and Mike Conley watches it fly out of bounds, and the Grizzlies get it back with a 1-point lead.
Wow, both ends of the court tonight has been very good for the Grizzlies. Now, you're playing against a great team, so you're going to have to play well. But this is a good step, good recovery from last game, and right now, a very good basketball game.
Well, Mark Ivoroni made a good point, and I think all of the Grizzlies felt after the loss to New Orleans, a game where the Grizzlies rallied and took a late lead. Quentin Ross takes the foul against Kobe Bryant. Not clear path based on what Sean Corbin is saying, I don't believe, but he'll check with Benny Adams. The Grizzlies said, well, we played a good team, very, very tough, and I guess it's coming around even though we got an L. And it is clear path. It is clear path.
No, they'll just take it side out.
No, he said 1 free throw inside out.
I think he was lying to you, Pete.
Yeah, he said, Sean Corbin said 1 free throw and then side out, which would indicate clear path. But it is not a clear path foul, and it will simply be out of bounds.
Mike Conley was close enough. That's a call the referees, to their credit, don't want to make if they don't have to. And the Grizzlies did a good job of at least getting back.
Has to be
pretty clear.
Yeah, it has to be pretty clear to be a clear path foul. Lakers started the season 7-0. Blocking foul called on Quentin Ross. So 2 quick fouls on cue, or are they going to call this on somebody else?
Well, Pau Gasol's hard to front. First of all, he's a lot bigger than you remember. Long shoulders. Watch his reach, though. See how he screens you, seals you out, and then goes and gets the basketball. Does a great job of not bringing it down. He keeps it at his height. And, I still contend you grab him and you stay from behind, and you just move him out. Now, he's still good with the basketball from 15, so the theory that the Grizzlies are doing is just don't let him get the basketball, which is a sound theory. But it's hard when you've got a guy that's the tallest guy on the court and probably the longest reach.
And for all his accomplishments in the NBA, let's not overlook the fact he was the MVP of the 2006 World Championships.
Well, he's been knighted. That I haven't. Have you?
No.
A
national hero in Spain for sure. Greg Buckner is on, and Bryant's guy's in for the rebound, knocked out of his hands by Buckner. So Buckner has come on for Quentin Ross, and Q just 1 of 8 in the last game, and 2 early fouls here.
Well, Mike Conley's got to take control of the game, much like Kyle Lowry did when Kyle was in. Vujacic is guarding him, and I like what Vujacic does. He picks you up full court. He pressures you. He knows he's not going to get 40 minutes, so he's going to get the most of however many he gets, and I like his defensive play.
6 difference between the two clocks. High pick by Pau Gasol, and a carry called against Kobe Bryant. 4 turnovers on the Lakers, and the Grizzlies have a chance to underline the keys to the game, win the first quarter.
Well, it'd be big. Let me tell you what, you call carrying on Kobe Bryant too many times, you'll be reffing in the D-League or the WNBA. That doesn't happen very often.
Buckner trying to shake free. Ward down the lane with 2 hands. 5.1 remaining. Grizzlies the 2-point lead. Vujacic to a streaking Kobe Bryant, and the Lakers go 94 feet in 5 seconds to tie the game. That is something that the Grizzlies have seen happen all too often. The opposition scoring in 5 seconds, going coast to coast. Kobe Bryant and Rudy Gay lead all scorers with 9 apiece. Pau Gasol with 7. His brother shut out in the first 12 minutes. Highly competitive first quarter, even at 25. The second quarter of tonight's game is brought to you by Neely's Barbecue. 12 minutes in the books at FedEx Forum. Lakers and Grizzlies all even at 25. And Sean, you pointed out the Grizzlies need their bench to be big. Well, this is what the Grizzlies need. A lot of Hakeem Warrick being aggressive in the middle, because you know the Lakers are going to score in the paint, and they're also a pretty good fast break team. As the quarter comes to a close, Kobe now with 9.
Well, it's interesting they didn't give Kobe a fast break basket on that. I mean, can you get much faster than that? 4 seconds the entire court, but you're exactly right. You got to guard the Lakers all the time. And so far, though, the Grizzlies, I think, are playing one of their best first quarters.
Bynum with 2 fouls goes to work and is fouled, says David Guthrie. Foul on Greg Buckner. Let's reset the lineups for you. For the Lakers, it's Andrew Bynum and Derek Fisher, Odom, Ariza, and Vujacic. For the Grizzlies, Marc Gasol, O.J. Mayo returns, Warrick, Conley, and Greg Buckner. Darko Milicic, 2 early fouls for the Grizzlies. Same can be said of Quentin Ross. And Bynum's on the floor with 2 fouls for L.A., and that's a bad sign if you're a Grizzlies fan, because Vujacic, during the road trip, had not been shooting it well. Only 2 of 9 from the floor, but rings the bell from downtown.
Well, the good thing about Vujacic, if he misses, he ain't gonna stop. So if you're playing against him, he can shoot the Lakers right out of a game. The problem is, if he makes them, he isn't gonna stop either, and he can just shut the door on you, because he'll take a lot of them.
Gasol against Bynum, up, under, draws the contact.
Ooh.
Won't fall.
Needs it to go in, Pete. He's had 4 or 5 just bounce out, and the referee was giving it to him. I don't know if he realized it was a continuation potential, but he went ahead with the shot. Well, that puts Bynum on the bench, and what's amazing about the Lakers, though, it's interchangeable 7-footers. You know, how many can you put in one game? You know, they still got Mabanga, so I don't know if he'll play. Well,
he's inactive tonight, but these are 2 of the teams that have the most 7-footers, because you've got, you know, a Gasol apiece. You've got Milicic and Hamed Haddadi right now in the D-League for the Grizzlies, but you have Chris Mim coming in. Now, Mim hasn't played very much. Remember, he had ankle surgery. He's only played 31 games in the last 2+ seasons because of injury. So he doesn't get a call very often. But that last play underlined something that the Laker people were telling me. The footwork that Andrew Bynum is putting out there defensively this season is not as good as it was a year ago, and they're trying to figure out what happened. Fisher with a good, strong move, can't finish. Rebound picked up by Conley. Grizzlies look for the lead. O.J. hangs, tough chance. Rebound, Marc Gasol knocked free by Vujacic. Recaptured by Mayo, and then a reach-in foul on Sasha Vujacic.
He's a pest, isn't he?
He is.
I wish he played for us, though, because that's the pest you like. He's one of the most hated guys in the league because of this right here. He's not going to back down. He's going to get his fouls. But let me tell you, Pete, the guy can play defense, and that's why the Lakers use him a lot, especially down the stretch. He is all-out effort.
O.J. Nope. Marc Gasol offensive rebound. Grizzlies out-rebounding the Lakers 12-8. And remember, Lakers, one of the better rebounding teams in the league. O.J. double-teamed, and there's the pest Vujacic with a steal.
You always got to watch him, because he's going to reach and grab and try to come up with steals.
So how will the Grizzlies fare with Kobe Bryant on the bench? They double Fisher. Mim goes inside and reverses it.
Well, when Mim got hurt, he was a starter.
Yeah.
And he was a good starter. So, you know, he's not the kind of guy that's a mop-up, clean-up guy. He's just playing behind some guys that they want to get minutes to. But, you know, he's certainly capable of getting some good numbers.
Hack with a step back around and in. Good news for the Grizzlies. 6 from Warwick early. The average is just under 10. Odom takes it to him at the other end and will go to the free throw line as Warwick picks up his first.
Well, good job by Hack finishing, Pete. We talk about the Grizzlies bench got to get some scoring. Well, Hack's doing his share. He's knocking his in, and he's got 6. Problem is that's all for the Grizzlies. A little bit of a foul going away from the basket. You know, interesting on that play, the ball was bobbled, and, you know, Odom ran 3 steps with it. And when you go meet with your friends in the referee thing and they do their hands up and down like they're juggling, does that mean you can do that all the way down the court? That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen referees. It's either walking or not. You can't bobble the ball and run with it. That's football. You know, but they go, oh. So raise your hand and say, sir, I'd like to ask a question. How many steps can you bobble it? And if they say more than 1, then you can bobble it 20. There's no limit. Get that thing straight, Pete. These are your buddies. You'll have like 3 or 4 conferences, you call them.
Lakers by 3. One day we're going to get you to New Jersey for referee training.
No, I'd get thrown out in about the first 5 minutes.
No, believe me, there are guys far worse than you when it comes to official criticism. Foul called on Derek Fisher here. Fisher has to tread carefully because really they don't have a backup point guard with Farmar out for an undetermined period of time with that torn meniscus. You know what happened? Fisher played 41 minutes against Orlando, and Jameer Nelson just ran him and ran him and ran him off the floor.
Well, that's why I think the Grizzlies need to pick him up full court. Just make it as uncomfortable as possible. And then on the defensive end, make sure he goes off a pick every possession. Defensively, pick him up full court. Offensively, make him run off a pick every possession. You're exactly right. Nelson just ran him in the ground.
And Marc Gasol with a pair of free throw makes.
Well, Kobe's out. You got to do better than this. You're down 1 with Kobe out. Got to find a way to get the lead.
Lamar Odom working over Hakeem Warwick down low. And the Lakers, don't look now, are shooting 61%.
Well, they're not doing very good compared to Charlotte.
Now they already have 18 points in the paint. Warwick, boy, he's got it stuck on automatic right now. Hack, a perfect 3 for 3. He has 8.
Well, he and Odom are kind of trading bench baskets here.
Odom loses it. Picked up by Buckner. Grizzlies look to run. Warwick on the give back to OJ. Spots up for 3. It's through. OJ now 3 of 8 from the floor, and the Grizzlies 3 of 4 from long range. Maybe this is one of those nights when they can light it up from deep. They move back in front 36-34. Fisher with a 2-point answer. Fisher in his 13th season out of Arkansas Little Rock. See if the Grizzlies can get Mike Conley involved in the offense, working over Fisher. One-on-one, Marc Gasol against Mim, and Mim called for the foul. And the Laker bigs picking up fouls at an alarming rate. Bynum with 3. And now Mim picks up his first. Officials timeout. OJ, the 3rd triple for the Grizzlies tonight, tied at 36. 36-36. Grizzlies doing a good job of distributing the basketball. 7 assists on 13 baskets. Time now for the Neely's dish of the game. Well, that's just great ball movement. The give back to OJ from Warwick. Splashdown from downtown for OJ Mayo, who's shooting just under 40% from downtown. It's our Neely's Barbecue dish of the game. So Mayo with 8 and Rudy Gay with 9. And getting help tonight from Hakeem Warwick. Now, Hack had 9, but that was the entire game against Charlotte on Friday night. And OJ saw his streak of 25 games of double-figure scoring come to an end against the Bobcats. with only 7. He's got 8 already tonight.
Well, with Rudy, Hack, and OJ in, now the Grizzlies have their best offensive players of this game on the court together for the first time. So with Kobe out, maybe the Grizzlies can make a nice little run and get some sort of cushion before Kobe gets back in the game.
Mayo gets around Fisher.
Oh.
That rim, last
not,
couple of games, has been very tight for the Grizzlies at that end of the floor.
We need to check it.
Ariza spots up. 3 try, no. Mim tries to keep it alive and then steps over the line. Mim was once upon a time, before he grew to be 7 feet tall, a real good tennis player in Texas.
Talk about trying to get a lob over that guy. Huh?
Not going to happen.
I want him as my doubles partner, and he can stand right in the middle of the court.
Marc Gasol comes out, and Darko Milicic returns.
Been
with 2
forever.
fouls.
Huh? Darko's been out a long time because of his fouls, and you forget how well he started this game out.
Conley, a clean look from 3. And Vujacic with the rebound. Vujacic really wanted to shoot that. You could see it in his
He always
eye.
wants to shoot it.
He was looking for an excuse. Lamar Odom around Darko.
Darko
And
got a board. And I think he got another block too, Pete. It's a good job by Darko protecting the basket. That wasn't his man. He helped out.
And doing it without picking up a 3rd foul. Warwick is open. That's his sweet spot. Lakers 7 and 4 in the month of December and starting to struggle. Remember, they started the season 14 and 1, but their defense has really not been particularly good, and that has worried them. Now, here's the problem for the Grizzlies. Grizzlies not able to establish a lead. Vujacic goes out, and Kobe Bryant, who really started to heat up at the end of the first quarter, is back on the floor. Rudy against Ariza. Got the step, got the dunk. Explosive move by Rudy Gay.
Well, you wonder what Ariza was doing. Basically overplayed Rudy, gave him a lane to drive, and Rudy's as good a finisher as in the league. That was not a good play. Great recognition by Rudy, though.
Foul underneath. Bryant cutting underneath the rim is fouled by O.J. Mayo, and that is 2 on O.J.
Hey, watch how Ariza overplayed Rudy, protecting the right-handed drive. See that? Look at that overplay. You just give Rudy. That's too good of a lane for Rudy. I'm not sure if you can give him not that lane, he's still going to beat you. But you give him that lane, I guarantee you he'll beat you. Tough matchup now for O.J. with 2 fouls.
Well, that Ariza play, perfect example of what has been ailing the Lakers. Their defense has not been very good. The first 7 games when they were beating everybody, they were giving up 85 points a game. Well, now they're giving up, over 100 since then. Foul on Mike Conley is his first, and it'll put Derek Fisher on the line, and this is practically automatic. 7th in the league at better than 92%. Grizzlies going back-to-back. We will be on the air tomorrow at 7:30 on our sister network, Sports South. A pre-Christmas visit to Dallas to take on Dirk Nowitzki and the Mavericks. 7:30 tip, Grizzlies live at 7 from American Airlines Center. Grizzlies and Mavericks tomorrow at 7:30 on Sports South. And never very hospitable down in Dallas. Grizzlies have won only once in the building. But Dallas now starting to round into form. They got off to a slow start. You look at the Western Conference, and the Lakers at 21-5 appear to be the class of the West. After that, who knows? I mean, New Orleans has gone through a down period. They started 5-5. Darko against Radmanovic. Warwick against Bryant. Tries to tip it back, and Mim clears. Grizzlies have missed numerous point-blank opportunities. There's Radmanovic, loves to shoot the 3, started his career with the Seattle Supersonics. Bryant, the dump down. Mim just flat out lost it.
If I'm Kobe Bryant, I never pass the ball. Just let me be him for one game. Why would you give the ball up, at all to Mim, ever, or to anybody?
And Kobe with the strip. Warwick with 6 to shoot. Bryant, an all-league defensive player. Mayo, Conley for 3. Yes! At the shot clock buzzer, a scramble possession after Bryant knocked it away, and the Grizzlies 4 of 6 from downtown.
Well, it's interesting. Mike had a wide-open good look earlier. It was a horrible shot, missed it short. That time he had to rush it.
Radmanovic for 3.
Redmanovich, he's wasting about 7 inches of height because he really wants to be 6'2".
He does.
He has no interest in getting anywhere from inside 25 feet. You let him hit a couple, Pete, and he'll ruin your whole night. When he played for Seattle, he had some monster games against the Grizzlies.
46% from downtown. OJ rings the bell.
Nice to see OJ come back. He's 4 for 10, but that's okay. Sometimes you got to get the old ones out of your system. Right now, he looks like the OJ who had the 25 straight games of double digits.
Phil Jackson calls for time. Grizzlies shooting 48.5% and 4 of 6 from downtown. OJ Mayo, good bounce back performance. He has 10. He's halfway to his season average. Marc Gasol and the Grizzlies leading Pau Gasol and Lakers 43-41. The brothers Gasol have talked to everybody, every media outlet. They even spoke to Rob Fisher. Rob, what did they have to say?
Well, guys, they both told me this is the first time that they've played in a meaningful game against each other. The only other time they played was an exhibition when the Grizzlies were in Spain. Now, Marc Gasol, when he signed with the Grizzlies, he said people see the hair, they see the beard, they see the name, and when they do that, he says, they always make comparisons with myself and my brother. Now, he said he doesn't mind. He says he wants to have his own identity with his play. Now, Pau said he's a better player than I was when I came into the league because I was young and skinny. He said Marc's already a real player right now, a hard worker who brings a lot to the table. Now, Marc said Pau told him the most important thing in the league was to be patient. 5 years, Pau's junior. Pau said, hey, he has to do his work, the daily work, and everything will come in time. And Marc said it's the best advice anyone ever gave him. Marc already, boys, it didn't take much time for him to make an impact in the league. 11 points a game, 7 rebounds, guys.
One of the best rookie rebounders in the league. Pau Gasol's back on the floor. Missed by Kobe. Lob for Warwick.
Everybody was concentrated on Rudy, but Pete, that was all started because OJ Mayo got the ball up court with pace. When you do that, guys have to pick up whoever they pick up, and a lot of times you see guys miss guys because they're guarding the wrong guy.
It's a tricky thing with pace. You want to play quickly, but this is a Laker team that loves to go up and down and score points. Gasol with an air ball. Grizzlies with their largest lead of the night. It's the largest lead for either side, 4 points at 45-41. Lakers have led it by as many as 3. Rudy with a step back over Ariza, rimming short, and Darko takes it away from Pau Gasol.
Darko gave that effort before he had the fouls, and now he's picked it back up. I think Hack's the one you go to here. Redmanovich is not the best defender, and that's who I'd go to.
Conley for 3. They ran Fisher all over the floor, and Darko draws the foul and will go to the free throw line. 5 rebounds for Milicic, an 8th offensive rebound for the Grizzlies.
Kind of playing footsies with you under the table there. Well, they got the electronics underneath me. Good job, good pass. I'm worried I'll step on something will blow the whole place up. Good job by Hack, though, Pete. 10 points now coming in off the bench. 12 minutes, 10 points. How about it? Darko, you know, if you tuned in late, we've got to tell you how well Darko played to start this game off. He protected the basket. He guarded people. He did great on the boards. Well, now you've seen exactly what happened before he got the 2 fouls.
And Darko hitting free throws. 6 straight by the Grizzlies out of a 41-41 tie. Memphis' largest lead of the night. Grizzlies already with 3 double-figure scores. No one from Los Angeles in double figures. Bryant has 9 to lead the Lakers. OJ fell down, and Kobe converted.
Well, it's no fun guarding Kobe. And if OJ had 0 fouls, he'd take it as a challenge. Right now, he's spending half his time trying not to foul Kobe.
OJ's not going to back down from Kobe. Shot clock down to 5. OJ for 3. Yes! They played against each other in the Olympic training camp, so they know what this is all about. Bullet pass intended for Pau Gasol, and again, good defense by Darko Milicic. And the Lakers with 8 turnovers that have resulted in 14 Grizzly points, and OJ Mayo already with 13. And the Lakers, having lost their last 2 on this road trip, looking mighty frustrated. Kobe Bryant, meet OJ Mayo.
Grizzlies up 7, 2:45 to go in the first half. Well, Pete, you mentioned it before the break. O.J. Mayo and Kobe Bryant went head-to-head this summer as Kobe got ready for the Summer Olympics. O.J. said it was a great experience for him. Really showed him what it was going to be like to play in the NBA. Got him more prepared to start in the league. Now he's leading all rookies with 20 points a game. He's also scored in double figures in 25 of 26. Coach Ivaroni told me it shows he can create shots against different defenses despite the fact that people are well aware of his scoring abilities. He has a knack for getting good looks. He does that with aggressiveness, and he's doing it again tonight, guys. Coach told me last week he always steps up to the challenges because he's willing to learn from his opponent. He did it against Dwayne Wade, and he's getting the job done tonight against Kobe. 13 for O.J., and right now Kobe with 11, guys.
Thank you, Rob. That is the most impressive thing about O.J. Mayo. Very rarely is there a valley, always improving. He was 2 for 10 against Charlotte. Mark Ivaroni says, you know, what's the point of him staying out there and kind of getting mired in more of a negative type situation? Confidence, no end to it. But it's confidence, but it's not arrogance.
No, I think it's concentration, too. And I think that's where a lot of his confidence comes from. He doesn't waste a lot of energy doing stupid things. He's really all about business.
Rudy. Tough luck. Grizzlies on a 14-7 burst. You know, Bryant took 31 shots for 41 points there, hits for 3 against Orlando. Only 10 shots here in the first half.
Yeah, but he's made 6 of them, and they've been awfully impressive. You forget when you don't see him for a while, and he's just so good. You virtually hope that he misses because other than that, you have no defense against him.
O.J. lost it against Odom, and then Odom tapped it.
I think that would have been Laker ball.
I thought so, too.
Yeah.
But only 4 on the shot clock. Marcus Saul and Greg Buckner return.
Good sub here, and you go, why is this a good sub? Well, you're taking out 2 guys with 2 fouls with 1:49 when you have the basketball. So, you know, the Grizzlies are only going to have probably 2 more offensive possessions, and it's not worth the risk.
Marcus Saul, oh boy, the hook won't go down either. 0 for 4. And I dare say all 4 have been quality looks. And Kobe Bryant has just said, I've seen enough from O.J. Mayo. I'm going to get mine now. And Bryant has exploded now with 17. 8 in a row. Rudy down the lane, contact, yes, and he's fouled.
Well, I think if I'm coaching the Grizzlies at halftime, I grab Rudy and go, look, you have to answer every time Kobe does something, because if not, then he's just going to go crazy and the Lakers won't respect us on the other end. This is exactly what Rudy does here. You can see the foul at the end by Pau Gasol, but that's a great, oh, they call it on Odom. Okay, well, that's a good answer that time by Rudy. And that is what you have to do. If you're the superstar, you've got to watch the other superstar and answer when they step up. And, you know, it's going to be a nice night for Rudy. He's got 14, 6 out of 10. Very, very good game so far.
So 14 for Rudy, 13 for Mayo, but 17 for Bryant against Buckner. Another 3. Rudy out-dueling Odom for the rebound. Grizzlies doing a good job on the glass, +4, and lead it by 4. Buckner knocked out of bounds. Grizzlies keep 16 to shoot. Lakers over the foul limit. Grizzlies do have a 20-second timeout if they wish to take it. Lakers likewise with a 20-second timeout.
Well, Fisher's going to put in 22 minutes in the first half. This is where I would get Fisher out if I was a Laker coach, because you're going to get the maximum amount of rest for a guy. 1 minute to go in the game, plus the entire halftime.
Touch pass, back to Rudy. Jet hammers it down with the left hand. What a look from Hakeem Warwick, his 2nd assist on the night.
Well, great pass by Hack. The Lakers got greedy trying to double team off the inbounds pass. Can Hack get his dish of the game?
He may have to go to a second edition. Buckner slaps it free from Kobe, but then kicked away by Conley. Lakers have it. Fresh shot clock. Bryant, I think a lob for Pau Gasol. Grizzlies come away with it. 13 difference between the 2 clocks. Grizzlies by 6. Conley on the give back. Yes! The reverse and the setup by Marcus Hall.
Yeah, real nice give and go there that time by Marcus Hall. Kind of a la Pau to James Posey, if you remember back in the Grizzly days. That's exactly what those guys used to do. Super handoff. Nice finish by Mike.
And the Grizzlies, shooting 50% from the floor, have put up 57. Game and shot clock nearly synchronized. Bryant against Buckner. Grizzlies don't have a foul. And Kobe misses. Rebound to the floor, and that'll do it for the first half. An appreciative crowd at FedEx Forum. Grizzlies close the first half with 7 straight points. Rudy Gay leading the Grizzlies with 16. The Lakers, meanwhile, search for answers. They shoot 56%, but turn it over 10 times. Halfway home in Memphis, the meeting of the Gasols, well, it's been dominated by other players. Rudy Gay with 16, Kobe with 17, Grizzlies by 8.